one of the big questions we keep asking is that now that we see these projections, and especially from the International Monetary Fund, we've seen that the GDP growth that is being contributed by by Nigeria is quite on the high side. How does this reflect in the everyday Nigerians? And these are some of the things that we are going to be having a conversation on with our guest, Paul Ajale, Chief Economist at SPM Professionals. Welcome.
Thank you so much. The IMF rank for Nigeria among the top 6 contributors to global GDP is very significant for Nigeria. Recall that Nigeria GDP, I think in the last 10 years till now, has witnessed 2 recessions. Apart from that, Nigeria economy has also undergone a period of COVID. But recently, we have seen some improvement in Nigeria's GDP growth rate in Naira terms. It's important to emphasize that. Okay. So all of these have been the reasons why Nigeria, of course, remained really very backward.
All right, let's even get a few more clarity on this, because when we first talk about Nigeria being part of the top contributors to the GDP, being 6 as it is, there's this conception out there, or misconception out there as well, that also translates to meaning that Nigeria is now the 6th largest economy in the world. Is that correct?
I think we are between 15 to 20th. 15 to 20th. So okay. we are not the 6th. Right. I truly wish that we are the 6th largest economy in the world. Watch this. We're also lower than $1 trillion economy. Most big economy have achieved $1 trillion economy. In fact, in my recent check, I've seen that Poland is relatively small in size. And the Poland economy, and you look at the structure of the economy, they are fast moving towards $1 trillion economy. This is an economy that we used to be bigger than some years back. In recent 2 decades, we used to be bigger than Poland, but they have now surpassed us. United Arab Emirates is a country we're bigger than even 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. Today, United Arab Emirates has done almost double of our size.
Let's get a difference between being the top contributor and, of course, being the largest, 6th largest economy.
So let me use this as example. So if Nigeria's GDP is 1 billion naira, just for example, and we are growing that GDP by 10%. Remember, it's an example. So 10% of 1 billion is 100 million. Yeah. What it means, therefore, is that our contribution that is 10%, when you check what every other person is contributing to global GDP, that our contribution is said to be higher than the percentage every other person is contributing. But when you look at our real GDP is what tells us about the position, which is 1 billion naira. Yeah. The percentage increase in growth is what tells us about the contribution. How we are adding to the global GDP. So that information about Nigeria being the 6th will not be very, very correct.
All right, thank you, Dr. Paul. Well, still according to the projections, we see that China and India are expected to generate nearly 44% of the total global growth in 2026, while, of course, Nigeria is expected to contribute 1.5%. What lessons do you see that we can actually draw or learn from these countries to ensure that we also grow our economy to this point?
China was known as the Father Christmas economy. What does it mean? They will take money, China will get some money and give to citizens so that, let's empower you. The conditional cash transfer, go to different regions and give monies to them. What China did for almost 5, 7, 8 decades. Was there a solution? The answer is no. Let me be very honest with you. Nations that cannot produce some very basic thing, we have to depend on others, especially if we don't have other viable sectors that can help you cover areas where some of these spendings are, some of these import spends are going to come from. The revenue to cover the import are going to come from. Thank God for Dangote Refinery.
With that being said, this is all we're going to be taking on the conversation this morning. I do remember that you can follow us on our social media pages across all platforms at Rapid TV.